Hello, welcome to the review where I watch all the garbage so you don't have to. Thanks for clicking on the link. I appreciate it. Today we're going to go back a few years to the Trump impeachment where he called Zelensky and asked for investigations. The reason we're going back to this issue is the Hunter Biden pardon. I just want to tie all this together and demonstrate how the hypocrisy on the left is astounding. It's very simple to show this hypocrisy. It's very simple to show that Joe Biden actually had a quid pro quo with Poroshenko at the time. So enjoy the video. Let's get on with it. So we're going to start right here. This is Adam Schiff's characterization of Trump's phone call with President Zelensky during an impeachment hearing. So this is a sitting member of Congress describing Trump's phone call with the president of another country in an official hearing on Capitol Hill. And just listen to Schiff's words. Listen to how he describes the phone call and what was said in the phone call.
And so what happened on that call? Zelensky begins by ingratiating himself, and he tries to enlist the support of the president. He expresses his interest in meeting with the president and says his country wants to acquire more weapons from us to defend itself. And what is the president's response? Well, it reads like a classic organized crime shakedown. Shorn of its rambling character and in not so many words, this is the essence of what the president communicates. We've been very good to your country, very good. No other country has done as much as we have. But you know what? I don't see much reciprocity here. I hear what you want. I have a favor I want from you, though. And I'm going to say this only 7 times, so you better listen good. I want you to make up dirt on my political opponent, understand lots of it. On this and on that, I'm going to put you in touch with people, and not just any people. I'm going to put you in touch with Attorney General of the United States, my Attorney General, Bill Barr. He's got the whole weight of the American law enforcement behind him. And I'm going to put you in touch with Rudy. You're going to love him, trust me. You know what I'm asking, and so I'm only going to say this a few more times, in a few more ways. And by the way, don't call me again. I'll call you when you've done what I asked. This is, in character, what the president was trying to communicate with the president of Ukraine. It would be funny if it wasn't such a graphic portrayal of the president's oath of office.
So you heard what Adam Schiff had to say about the phone call there. You heard his description of it. And like I say, keep in mind, this guy is a sitting congressman. This is an official impeachment hearing. And that was his characterization of the phone call. Now we're going to move on to the transcript of the actual phone call. And before I bring this up, keep in mind, everybody, Donald Trump is the leading law enforcement officer in the country. He is in charge of law enforcement. Bill Barr answers to him. Okay, so here's the transcript from the phone call between Trump and President Zelensky. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'll scroll through it and you guys can pause the video and then read it. But I will tell you this. I have read it. And Schiff is right at the beginning. This is the only thing Schiff was right about. President Zelensky was trying to ingratiate himself with Trump. He was kissing his ass a little bit at the beginning. That's the only thing Schiff was right about on his whole little monologue he did. So I'm going to scroll through this. And like I said, you guys can pause it and read everything. I can say for 100% certainty that nowhere in here does Trump mention withholding any aid, weapons. He mentions nothing about that at all. He just says he talks about how the prosecutor was fired, and he was saying that a lot of the Mueller investigation was started in the Ukraine, and he wanted them to look into it and look into the corruption. That's what Trump did. He didn't say look into it or this or else. He just asked them to look into the corruption. And as president, that is absolutely within Trump's purview. He is the head law enforcement officer of the country. Period. That's his job. So if there's corruption, if there's a crime, if a crime has taken place, it's his duty to investigate it and to have people investigate it. Make no mistake about that. So again, like I said, I read this thing. I'm not going to read it to you. It'll take too long, but you guys can pause it. There's absolutely no quid pro quo in here. There's no threats of anything. It's just Trump asking the president of another country to investigate some crimes that he believes have taken place. That's it. Totally legal and does not match at all with what Adam Schiff was saying or how he characterized the phone call. It's not even close. If you're a leftist or if you're a Democrat and you see the media reporting on these things and you see that hearing and Adam Schiff speaking and saying the things that he says, for me, I can absolutely understand why there's people on TikTok crying that he got reelected. If you only get their side of things, of course you're going to cry. Of course you're going to be afraid of Trump. Because everything that comes out of their mouths is lies. Lies, exaggerations, and mischaracterizations every time. All right, so now to the final and fun part of the video. You're about to see the reason the company hired Hunter Biden. This is the reason right here.
I remember going over convincing our team, or others too, convincing us that we should be providing for loan guarantees. And I went over for, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I said, I'm not going to, or we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a bitch. Got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid.
That is what you call a quid pro quo. What Biden just said there sounds like what Adam Schiff was describing. What you just saw is the reason Burisma paid Hunter Biden $183,000 a month and the big guy got 10%. That right there is the reason. Biden told Zelensky, or Poroshenko rather, if you don't fire the prosecutor that's investigating the company my son works for, you're not getting $1 billion. And son of a bitch, what do you know? They fired the prosecutor. That is quid pro quo. And you know what's beautiful about it? Is he's sitting there, he's bragging about what he did. He's literally bragging about withholding $1 billion from Ukraine unless they hired a prosecutor, or fired rather, a prosecutor that was doing his job. You either fire this great prosecutor that's doing his job, or we're not giving you the $1 billion. And they have the nerve to put Trump on an impeachment trial for a call that was literally nothing like what we just saw. Nothing like it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.